Hi guys, so I'm going to let you know that I am making a wrap. So basically I'm making, basically kind of like a California roll, but I'm doing it different. I am using, crab meat. So basically this mush it in a can with water, and that's the parchment paper down at the bottom. And I am also making crab wontons. And the mixture is right here. And I'm going to tell it to you right now because I've already mixed mine and I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to show you and I forgot. So the easiest thing you can do is that you're going to take, this is an 8-ounce container. You're going to take half of that and put it into your bowl. Then you're going to take some green onions. You're going to chop that up into bite-sized pieces, which they're, if you can see, they're itty bitty. They're not huge, they're really small and petite. So you only need about 2 of your green onions. You need the whole stalk. And then what you do is after you mix the cream cheese and the crab, the half of the crab, together, what you do is add a little bit of sugar. This is not fake sugar, this is cane sugar. You use anything else, it tastes kind of funny. I don't like that. So I also use ground white pepper. And I also use ground ginger. I add a 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground ginger. Ground white pepper, I just dash it in like you would salt and pepper itself. I add a teaspoon of soy sauce. I also add a half of a teaspoon of sesame oil. You don't want a whole lot of sesame oil in this dish because then they won't fry up correctly. So these do go into wonton wrappers. And now I'm going to show you my egg roll mixture. So this has cabbage. I put the cabbage that is usually in kimchi in here because sometimes cabbages at my store don't look right or they just taste different. So I found a different way of making them and hopefully I like it. So I'm going to be adding pork to this, and I will also be adding shrimp. I'll be adding pork and shrimp to this, and I will also, this one also gets soy sauce, a little tiny bit of sesame oil, some ginger, and some white black pepper. You can leave them out if you want, but I don't because I happen to like the way it tastes. So if you're that person that doesn't like that kind of taste, well, sorry, but that's how it's made. At least from where I'm taught, that's how it's made. So, I've already gotten those 2. I need to put the pork in here and chop up the shrimp. So, okay guys, so I brought out my shrimp, which I'm going to use the large shrimp because it's easier for my family because I'm going to chop it up. And then I have the pork already like sectioned out for myself, so that way it's a excuse me, so that way it's a little easier because half of it's going to go into fried rice and the other half is going to go into my pork egg rolls. So I'm going to basically separate this right now in front of you, and I'm going to put the raw pork. This is raw ground pork. I grounded it up myself with my KitchenAid meat grinder. So the rest of this goes in the stir fry. So I'm gonna Ziploc that close, tighten it up a little, and then you are going to see me chop up some shrimp. So basically this whole entire bag of shrimp. Ooh, the struggle is real to open the bag. Alright. Yes, they're still a little frozen, but they are deveined. So that means no nasties. And I find it a little bit easier to chop them when they're like this. I'm going to reserve the rest for the stir fry because I have pork, I have shrimp, but I think I'm going to make salt and pepper shrimp with that. So that makes that easier on me because I need one more dish. I'm not having anyone over. Some people are like, well, with meals like this, are you having anybody over? I'm like, no, I'm not having anybody over. It's just me and my hubby because of the simple fact is that it's just me and my hubby, like I have said. So I'm chopping it while it's, like I said, frozen, is because I don't have to get too far to the very end. And it's already been peeled. So if you can get the peeled one, I'm just going to chop off the end there. See? Bye-bye end. Some people prefer to leave the end on. I don't know. When I'm making dishes like this, I don't. Because I want it in my meal. It got stuck to the knife. So I'm just making bite-sized pieces. Just try not to chop off your fingers because that would be unfortunate. But, like I said, you just want them bite-sized pieces. You don't want them any bigger than that because you don't want somebody to bite into a big, huge chunk of shrimp. Well, you can if you want, but I wouldn't want to. But I am making sure that they're bite-sized pieces, like I said. So that way you don't have to deal with them a whole lot. So I chopped up the shrimp and the pork was already minced. So I did about 7 shrimp, large shrimp. I'm going to add a little bit of soy sauce. So you're going to see how I add a little bit more. That's why I added a light drizzle of soy sauce. I usually use Kikkoman. I don't seem to like the cheap alternative to that. For soy sauce, I usually use the low sodium, but the regular is all I could find in store. And right now, I'm going to use sesame seed oil. So I'm going to use, I want to say 1 drizzle. I'm not going to put any more seasonings in it because of the fact is that if you put too much, then it tastes funny. So yes, this is raw pork. Yes, this is raw shrimp. They are going to cook with everything else. So I'm just smushing them around. Well, not smushing, I'm just kind of mixing. So I'm basically mixing them until I get a good consistency with the vegetables and the pork and the shrimp. So some people would say I need a bigger bowl. No, just pay attention to what you're doing and you'll be fine. Like I said, it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. So right now, like I said, I'm just mixing it all up. So after it's all mixed together, it should look something like that. With your cabbage, carrots, celery. I put some green onions in here just to add a little bit of flavor. I did add white pepper and some ginger, some soy sauce, sesame oil, pork, and some shrimp. I wanted to add the shrimp because I've never tried it before. But I diced it up, like you can see here. I'm going to show you. That little piece that I keep messing with is actually shrimp. I just put it in bite-sized pieces, but I wanted to stay a little bit whole because the bite-sized pieces are going to help this taste really well. So I tried to make this easy for people, but there's no easy way of doing an egg roll. So I know I'm saying a lot, but right now I'm just trying to use my brain, and my brain is stuck on die. So this is my egg roll mixture. The other one you saw was my cream cheese crab wonton mixture. And then I'm going to be using that mixture as well as this one. But for now, I'm going to put them in the fridge because I'm not ready for them, because I'm waiting for myself to make the egg and water mixture that you use for the egg rolls to seal them. Egg wash. Sorry, my brain's a duh. So I use an egg wash mixture. It makes it easier and stays tighter to the wonton wrapper. So I will be using those to make the egg rolls and the cream cheese wontons. I'm going to show you those and then go from there. So this is hot rice. It's still really hot. It is long grain rice. I am using some rice vinegar that I got from the store. And you're supposed to use this with some, you're supposed to mix this in with some sugar. So I actually have a little container with some sugar in it. That's about, I want to say a teaspoon or so. But I'm going to be using a lot of this. So as you can tell, now it's like that. But I don't mind getting messy. Some people do, some people don't. Me, I don't. Because that's the part of cooking to me, is that getting messy is perfectly fine. But remember, you are cooking these. And then I'm going to use all of that and put in there. And remember, this is still hot. As you can tell, the steam is starting to come up. But I am going to put this on my sushi. Like I said, sushi. Because I am making my own version of a California spring roll. And I'm going to cover this in a few seconds and let it come down to cool so that you can actually pick it up and put it together. And I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Hey guys, so I know this is somewhat of a long video, but I am teaching you how to do these things in the way I was taught and the way actually some YouTubers taught me. So I am taking this is my egg roll wrapper, and I'm filming with one hand so that way I could show you the portion that I put into this. I want to make sure people who do try these, my family or otherwise, because you can freeze these. They do an excellent freezing. Don't add too much in here. I know it looks like a lot, but this amount is perfect. So you want to make sure it's like a sausage at this point. Kind of like a medium, little tiny sausage. So if you can tell, it's about the size of my big finger. So I'm using that as a comparison. And they're literally almost paper thin. They're pretty thin, so you can puncture a hole if you're not paying attention. So I am going to show you how to wrap this. And this is just 1 egg and about, I want to say, a little less than 3 tablespoons of water. But I am doing a lot because this is a lot of our mixture. So I'm making sure I have plenty of wash to egg roll mixture. So, damn. Hold on. So I'm going to show you one more time how to do this. So you're going to take some of your mixture. If you want to add more, you can. This one I'm going to add a little bit more. But you don't have to if you don't want to. I just want to get some shrimp in there. So this will probably be my hubby's because he likes more filling sometimes. So I'm going to put it, like I said, right there. It's going to be a little bit farther off the edge than I have been doing because this is a little bit more of the mixture. So if you do get it stuck, you can use your finger to get it unstuck. Sorry, my egg did not want to go there. So you're going to tuck this under. You're going to leave it tight. You want to leave this end part tight so that way you don't have to come back to it later. So you're going to fold this over and this is going to go all the way to the middle. Nowhere else. It's going to go straight to the middle. Okay? Like I said, straight to the middle. Okay? Then you're going to take this end. You're going to tuck that, kind of squeeze the end, which is fine. And then you're going to, one of my ends got stuck. And then you're going to take that and kind of set it down like this. So it kind of looks like that right now. Then you're going to keep it close to you, and then you're just going to roll. And if this end piece doesn't have enough of the egg white mixture, go ahead and add some on there with your finger. So I have already made 3 rolls over there. So I am going to continue until all of this egg roll mixture is done. Being rolled up, and then I will start on the cream cheese wontons. Okay guys, so I am ready to do the cream cheese wontons. So I'm going to remove the plastic off of my cream cheese mixture, and it looks like that after it's set up. So what I do with these is that I have to be careful because these ones seem to tear a little bit more than the egg rolls ones do. So I'm going to pick up a little tiny bit with my hand. If you want, you can use a spoon, just a teaspoon, and do it that way. But like I said, I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I think getting your hands dirty is a good thing. So I'm going to, I have a towel over to my other side, and I'm going to wipe that off, the excess, and I'm going to take these 2 sides, left and right, and I'm going to smush them together. Then I'm going to take north and south and push those upwards, and then I'm going to close them by pinching them really tightly. But this one did not seal right, so I'm going to open it back up. And I'm going to seal all the way around since it didn't seal to begin with. I am using my egg wash mixture, north and south, east and west, and we're going to pinch those sides together as best as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I don't want the mixture coming out. So, like I said, I'm just making sure that all the pinch sides are pinched together. And you have a cream cheese with crab wonton. So I'm going to do that a couple more times. I'm just going to cover up my egg rolls that are in a, I guess you could say, pan here on the other side of me. And I'm going to lay them out flat so I can put the other half of the towel that I have over here on top of them so that they don't stick together. Egg roll wrappers and wonton wrappers will stick together. I don't care who you are, they will. They will stick together, and then you will have a huge mess. So, like I said, I have a towel off to my side. I don't care that it gets dirty. It's a kitchen towel. I don't care what it looks like. Some people do, some people don't. I don't care. Right now, I'm trying to separate the other wrapper from that one. So I'm going to be a little bit smart, and I'm going to use my rice paddle. At least that's what my friends call it. They call it a rice paddle. I never knew why, but they did. They always call it a rice paddle. But it seems to work really well for putting dollops in the middle of these. So I'm going to go all the way around with my egg white mixture. That way it seals better, because the other one didn't seal well. So this one is going to seal just fine. So I'm picking up left and right. Oops. That didn't stick too well. There we go. And then we're going to pick up this side. Oops. And we're going to pick up this side. Don't add too much egg wash, because then your ends will not stick together. Remember, do not add too much egg wash or else it won't stick together. The reason why I smush it on the bottom is because this part's going to be heavy. This end will be the heaviest that you smush it down. So if you don't want to smush it down, you don't have to. Other people will tell you that you don't have to. I happen to like that. I happen to smush it down because, to me, in my cast iron fryer, I happen to really like the bottom to be really crispy, and then the top, I just flip it over when I see it getting light and golden brown on the bottom. I just flip it over, and then the top cooks. The top cooks quicker than the bottom because you're adding something cold into the mixture itself. So, I mean, it's up to you and what you want to do, but yeah. So I'm going to finish these, and I will show you some more later. I guess I will make another video when I do this fried rice, grilled tuna, chili shrimp, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the chicken, but I'll figure it out. Talk to you tomorrow, guys.